Welcome back to From the Flightline. I'm Joel Gilley. We have another very special guest with us from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. We're going to start with the easy question. Go ahead and tell us what your name is.
My name is Senior Manoa Smith. I am in the United States Air Force, of course. By trade, I am aircraft structural maintenance.
Okay.
But currently on special duty for the base honor guard.
Okay. Is it cool if I call you Noah?
Yes.
All right.
That's good.
So, Noah, we're going to start with what your real job normally is.
Okay.
Aircraft, what was that?
Aircraft structural maintenance.
Structural maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a very important job.
Yeah, so they just call it sheet metal on the flight line for...
That doesn't sound as fun.
Yeah, I guess not, but our main job pretty much, we work on like the bones of the aircraft.
Yeah.
Say if the aircraft gets a hole in it, we patch it. If there's any kind of like really bad structural damage or anything, we repair all of that good stuff.
That's a very, of course, integral part to the mission.
Exactly.
If the jets have holes in them, they cannot fly, and then you cannot defend the country.
That is true.
And so that's really cool. So I want to start with how you got involved in structural integrity of jets. Is that something you came in wanting to do?
So it wasn't something I came in wanting to do. They switched my jobs halfway through basic. My original job was missiles and space facilities, but they switched halfway, I guess, for necessity reasons.
Yeah.
But they switched me to aircraft structural maintenance, and from then on, it was just straight through there.
Yeah. So we always like to talk about the training that goes into this. So talk a little bit about what you've gotten in the Air Force. I mean, I'm assuming your tech school is a lot of welding and stuff like that.
So welding, that is not really our job.
Okay.
We stick with more practical applications of metal.
Okay.
So our tech school is around 5 months long, and it goes through a whole multitude of how to repair the jet, every structural piece of it wise, like tubing, repairing flight controls, anything in the cockpit like that.
Yeah. So how many square feet of sheet metal are on a jet? Do you know that?
That I don't know, but I know there's, fasteners wise, I know there's somewheres around close to 1 billion fasteners.
God, that's crazy. Those are the fun little key things that I like hearing about, is how many, miles of cable are in these. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun to hear that kind of stuff. So where are you from originally?
So I was born in West Virginia, in a little town called Cabell.
Okay.
But I lived in Virginia for a good portion of my life, so I kind of refer to Virginia and West Virginia as my home.
Yeah, well, it's all kind of right there all together.
Yeah.
And so what brought you to the Air Force?
So we're living with my grandparents, and I was working a job at Cracker Barrel, and I obviously wasn't very happy there.
What's wrong with Cracker Barrel? Come on now.
Hey, when you're a cook in there, it gets pretty busy. It gets pretty busy.
I know.
But yeah, I wanted to do something more space related. I'm a huge space nerd.
Yeah.
So I felt like the Air Force was the best place for me because they're the closest to space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's got to be such a fun time for you right now with all of the new space stuff going on,
exactly.
Right? With everything going on with SpaceX and NASA and
James Webb's telescope.
Yeah, all this stuff that's going on, and the new NASA project going back to the moon. You got to be just living in your heyday.
Yeah, I'm seeing all the news articles and everything about it. I'm just sitting there reading, and I'll read a whole day away. It's crazy.
That's cool. Now, have you been to Florida yet to see one of the launches?
I have not, but I was in Pensacola, Florida. So I was in the Gulf area.
Yep.
So I was kind of around there, but not super close.
I've got a couple friends that go down and watch these SpaceX launches. This is completely off topic, but they go down and they upload these pictures, and I'm like, that's on my bucket list.
They're amazing.
I've got to go see
it's
one
amazing.
sometime.
Yeah, I really want to as well.
So, okay, so you joined, how long have you been in the Air Force so far?
Been in for about 3.5 years now.
Okay.
Been since March 14th of 2019 was when I joined.
Okay. Seymour Johnson, not your first base, your first base?
It is my first base. I've been here for about 2.5 years.
Awesome. How you like it?
I really like it. It's kind of closer to home.
Yeah.
It's only 2.5 hours away from where my mom lives.
Yep.
But there's a lot of good places around here. I'm close to the coast. I love to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Love to go hiking and all that.
You're perfect spot in North Carolina. We got it both, which is great.
Exactly.
And so you were sitting there working at Cracker Barrel. If you could sit down with somebody that's in a job maybe they don't like, maybe they're in high school and they don't know what they want to do in their future, what's kind of a SparkNotes version of what you think the Air Force is good and why it would help them? So
for me, what I would tell them to join the Air Force because it can definitely help you, depending on what you want to do, and also you get the really good benefits, all the college that you can take when you're in and be able to get your degree and then go out into the civilian world if they don't want to stay in.
Yeah.
That can help you a lot.
Absolutely. Have you taken advantage of any of this?
I have not yet, but I will be starting soon.
Good. Okay, and the other question that I have is, what is a normal day in the life of like for you?
So for me, currently these past 6 months have been different where I've been on special duty.
Yeah.
You want the honor guard version or you want
Well,
the sheet
let's
metal
talk
version?
about sheet metal first, and then I want to tackle this honor guard thing because that's
Okay.
really cool too.
So typical day for being in sheet metal, depending on what shift you're on. You come in, you do all your turnover and everything, get your tools, and just work the day away until it's time for the next shift to come in.
So you pretty much, I mean, in your line of work, you don't know what each day is going to be.
No,
I mean,
you could
just, whatever's broken, you got to fix it.
exactly.
Yeah. And how many shifts are there? Is it
So there's 3 shifts.
Okay.
We have our days, we have swings, and we have mids.
so? It's a pretty big operation going all the time.
Yeah, Flightline never sleeps.
That's crazy. Okay, so I want to talk about the special duty.
Mhm.
So talk to me about how you get chosen for special duty. How does that work?
So for honor guard, so whenever we're chosen for it, it's a year-long contract that we have to sign. We do 6 months actively doing it. Is what we solely do is go do military honors for funerals for people who were in, and then 6 months off, but we're still like on call if they need us.
Okay.
But you can volunteer or you get kind of told, and either you want to do it or you don't want to do it.
Yeah. For people who don't know, tell us what honor guard does. I mean, you briefly hit on it. It's for funerals and stuff. Is that pretty much all you do?
So the base honor guard, we're a step down from the big Air Force honor guard.
Yeah.
What we do, we go out and we do military honors for anybody who has served, veterans, either 4-year, 6-year, or retirees. We do colors events at mainly Duke University, and that's about pretty much what we do.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding though.
That's cool. So you're at Duke University for like the games and stuff? Is that,
Yeah, we do the presentation of the colors during
Yeah.
the playing of the anthem.
That's really cool. And I assume that's got to be a pretty big honor, right?
Of
I mean,
course
it's,
it
well,
is.
it's in the name, honor guard. But,
Yeah.
you know, I know that a lot of that is typically, our sheriff's office has an honor guard, and that's always a pretty high honor, you know, if you get to serve on that.
Exactly. Pretty much you get handpicked for it.
Yeah.
And doing it, I don't take it lightly personally,
Yeah.
because you're giving the final rites to somebody's loved one, and you're going to be their last impression that they possibly have on the military.
Yep, absolutely. And so how far are you in on this this year-long contract?
So I've just about hit 6 months.
Okay.
We're currently training our new rotation right now.
Okay.
It started today. So I'm one of the trainers.
Talk about the training, too.
So the training.
Because if you've never seen an honor guard, it's dialed in.
Yeah. So with our training, we obviously don't have the time that the U.S. Air Force Honor Guard has.
Yeah.
So we dwindle down what we can, a 6-month training course, into 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we have several components of Honor Guard. We do firing party, which is the 21 gun salute.
Yep.
We have our pallbearers, the body bearers. They carry the casket to the final resting place. And then we have colors, the presentation of the colors, the guarding of the colors.
Yeah. That's just such a cool thing, I think. Do y'all just handle North Carolina? Like, does every base have their own honor guard? Is that how it works? Or
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we have our AORs, our areas of responsibility.
Okay.
We share AORs with a few other bases around.
Okay. That's really cool. One question that I didn't ask is, so you've been in, a few years now. Have you gotten to go anywhere fun yet?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Other than doing honor guard, this has probably been the highlight, what I would say the highlight of my
Yeah.
career thus far.
Awesome. So what are your plans for the future?
So I want to start college classes here soon. I want to try to get a degree in planetary science.
Okay.
Again,
It's
being
much different than sheet metal.
a huge space geek.
Oh, you talking like planets and stuff.
Yeah.
We're not talking like plants. You kind of rushed through it. I thought you said like plant science. You're talking like planets.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
To see the workings, the inner workings, how they formed and what they do and everything.
That's really cool. And then, so are you going to you going to stay in? You going to retire out? Is that what the plan is, or what are you going to?
So only the future will tell on that part.
Everybody says that.
Only
Everybody's
the
like,
future will
we'll
tell.
see what happens.
Yeah, only the future will tell.
It's a game time decision, huh?
Pretty much.
That's cool. So do you get to go back home very much and see Virginia, West Virginia?
So I try to, being not too far from there. On a long weekend, I might go home. And when I take leave, it's definitely very, very convenient just to drive home.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've got to also ask, what do you like to do in your spare time?
So in my spare time, of course, I like to do anything with my puppy, Aria.
We talked a little bit about that. You
Yeah.
got a brand new puppy.
Yeah, she'll be 5 months old soon. She's a golden retriever, so she's very, very high energy.
Active.
Yep.
Yep.
So we go hiking a lot. We go kayaking. we do just about everything together.
Yeah.
I like to work out, like to play video games, and we just pretty much chill together.
What's your favorite mountains or the coast?
I like both equally.
Yeah.
I couldn't put a favorite on each one. They all have their, they all have my likes and my dislikes.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you. You're out and about in Goldsboro. Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? That is a hard one. I would say I go to Cold Stone quite a bit. I'm a big
dessert
ice
guy.
cream fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I try to watch myself. I only do it once a week, so.
That's good to hear that you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Favorite music?
Favorite music? I would probably have to say heavy metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And outside of the dog, you have any hobbies other than just kayaking and stuff?
So I do like to work out. I like to run a lot.
Okay.
I like to play video games.
Favorite game?
Probably the Halo series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, love Halo.
I'm a Call of Duty guy,
Mhm.
but it's funny how I feel like everybody's either one or the other, right? Like you're
Mhm.
either a Halo or you're Call of Duty. So.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. Well, is there anything else that I left out you'd like to talk about? Anything interesting about your life? Interesting about your job?
I mean, just the little things that you can see every day, like how it changes each and every time, like from our jobs.
Yeah,
Like you just have to adapt to everything as they come at you.
absolutely.
Every scenario is not going to be the same. For sheet metal and for honor guard, you run into something different every single day.
You just got to adapt and overcome.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. That's a great point because, and that's true of any job, right? Like it's
Mhm.
true of life
Exactly.
in general. But so many people don't adapt and overcome, and they want to complain about it. But you can't complain. You just got to get the job done, right?
Just get it done.
Exactly. Well, Noah, this has been super fun. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much for your service.
Not a problem. Thank you.
And
Thank
we
you.
hope to see you again soon. And we appreciate you for stopping by from the Flightline.